Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. And today's topic is about what are the problems with missing values in joining column or columns in PROC SQL. Let me quickly explain how I am going to discuss this topic. First, I will introduce what happens when we have missing values in joining column or columns in PROC SQL. Then I will go in details of what problem we are going to see with this one and then a solution. Now to understand this, let us look into some sample data sets in here. Here I have two data sets. The first one is known as data 1 and the second one is known as data 2. And if you see in here, we have two variables each in both the data sets. In the first data set, I have variable ID and name as variables, whereas in the case of data 2, I have ID and age as variables. Now, if I want to join this data set 1 and 2 based of ID variable, what would happen? If you see in here, there are three observations in here and there are three observations in here. I'm doing a join based of ID variable in both the data sets by saying something like this: select a dot star age from 1A. That is, I'm aliasing dataset 1 as A, inner join 2, I'm aliasing this as B, and I'm joining based of ID variable. And I'm getting all the variables from the dataset 1. But the most important point in here is when we join like this, what happens is if you see ID1 is equal to ID1 and you see that in the result in here, and ID2 is equivalent to 2. So you see this observation in here in our result. And a very interesting point in here is missing value also we see in here. And what PROC SQL does in here is matches this missing value with this missing value and gives a result like this. This is quite unusual. This happens only in PROC SQL, and many of other SQL implementations in databases and others, they generally ignore missing value. This is very important. Now that we have understood what happens if we have a missing value in the joining column in PROC SQL, now let us see what are the problems with this one. Now let us look into a different data sets wherein again we have same variables ID and name, and this dataset is 1_1 and dataset 2 is now known as 2_2. The difference between the earlier datasets and these datasets is we have multiple missing values in these datasets. Here I have two missing values in dataset 1_1 and two missing values in dataset 2_2. And in here I'm doing the same join, only thing is the dataset names are different and everything else is same. Now if you look into the results, you can see that we have 4 missing values and we have 4 observations related to missing values. Now let us try to understand why this happens. We have 2 missing values here and we have 2 missing values here. Each of them are equivalent to each other. If we have many values which are same in one table compared to other table. So the problem here is when we have many missing values here, many missing values here, we are going to get many to many joins and we are going to get a result like this. This kind of result what we have often makes the data set large and also the result becomes very confusing. This missing John is equivalent to this missing 40 and this missing John is equal to missing 50. That is what we have seen in here. The same is the case with missing Megan. So we have many rows and we even cannot understand what these rows mean. So we have two problems here. The first one is many to many join issue. One major problem with many to many joins is if we have lot of missing values in dataset 1 and dataset 2, say for example we have 10,000 missing values in here and 10,000 missing values in here, and the resultant dataset becomes very large and also we cannot understand the results. So how do we avoid this kind of joins? Is to avoid this, what we can do is we can add an AND condition for this code And something like this we can do, wherein we are saying and a.id is not null or b.id is not null. What we are saying is, whenever we are joining on this id variable, we do not want to have anything joined when either this id variable has a missing value or this id has a missing value. So when we do this, our results become clean, and now we are ignoring null or missing values. So we get our result something like this. So this solves our problem. That's all for this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe. Thank you.